Now let's bring you some breaking news. India's decision to export hydroxychloroquine has earned praise from across the world. And the Russian envoy to India, Nikolay Kudashev, is the latest to laud India's move. The ambassador called New Delhi's decision to export HCQ tablets Nobel and praised India's response to the pandemic. He said that India's efforts have successfully reduced the rate of infection in the country. In an exclusive conversation with WION, the ambassador said that the Russian government was providing full support to Indian nationals stranded in Russia. Russia has approved the use of HCQ in treating COVID-19, and President Vladimir Putin's spokesperson had earlier expressed his gratitude over India's decision to ship these drug tablets to Russia. We are now being joined by our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, on more details. So, Siddhant, tell us, it seems that several countries are now thanking India for sharing this drug, which seems to be a game changer in the fight against COVID-19. Russia is the recent one. Tell us more about this development.
Well, yes, the Russian envoy has spoken two important points. One, of course, has said that it's a noble decision to send hydroxychloroquine, which is called as a game-changer drug, to Russia. We know that India is sending HCQ to more than 50 countries in which Russia is also present. The other important point is that the Russian envoy has lauded Indian government's comprehensive effort. That is the word used by him, saying that it has led to a significant decrease in the rate of infection, and we are seeing number of recoveries. This is very significant because Russia is the first foreign government to say so about Indian decision, Indian efforts on containing the crisis, whether it's lockdown or whether it is making sure that the numbers are reduced. Of course, we know that the Russians are close partners of India. In fact, on 28th of this month, the BRICS foreign ministers are going to meet through video conference to discuss the COVID challenge. Also, I can tell you one thing, that yesterday evening, the Indian foreign minister has spoken to his Russian counterpart, the Russian foreign minister Sergei Lavrov, and discussed many issues, including the upcoming BRICS meeting. Right. Last month, we know that the Indian Prime Minister and the Russian President had spoken about the crisis. So, by and large, it also showcases the growing positive trajectory between the relationship between Moscow and New Delhi.
Right, right. Now, another important point to note in this conversation is that the Indian nationals stranded in Russia, what about them? Has there been any development about getting them back home? Because, of course, there's a travel ban.
Well, when it comes to travel ban, that is something that will not allow, in a sense, the movement of anyone coming into India. So the Indians stranded in Russia will remain there. But what is significant is that the envoy speaking to WION said that the Russian Interior Ministry has extended the visas of the Indians who are stranded in Russia. That is a significant development because we are getting information. We are speaking to the Indian envoys who have been talking about how they are cooperating with the governments there across the world, making sure that there are no visa issues. But we haven't seen any statement coming from global governments. But Russia, again, another first for Russia, Russian government saying that they have extended visas for Indians. We know that even as we speak, number of Russians are also leaving India because they have been stranded, and the Indian government is helping and facilitating in their departure from the country. So the Russian envoy thanked on that part also. So a significant development which has happened, and of course a significant statement coming from Moscow.
Right. Now, you know, Russia is not the only country to thank India. Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has also lauded India for leading the efforts in the South Asian region. Now, while all this is very comforting, now today India has recorded its biggest single-day jump in terms of cases. So how do these situations compare with the situation on ground? Do we have a handle on the situation?
Well, we know yesterday there was a briefing in which the main focus was what has happened in past 1 month when it comes to lockdown that was put in place. And by and large, we have seen the rate of recovery is increasing. Of course, the number of cases are also increasing in the country, and of course, the number of deaths are also increasing. But this is something that has been seen across the world. By and large, the Indian government is banking on lockdown as a measure so that it can be contained. And of course, it is also balancing between lockdown and, of course, the economic impact. We know that on 3rd of May, we can see some announcement about whether to extend the lockdown or whether to allow more relaxation when it comes to lockdown, because as of now, numbers are increasing. And there is, of course, optimism, but it's a cautious optimism.
Right. Siddhant, thank you so much for joining us and for all your insights.